I'm Jason.
I'm Todd.
This is our little child Ziggy. Say hello, Ziggy.
Hi, Ziggy.
And we're the Glamping Guys.
Hey everybody, welcome to our campsite. We're going to show you exactly how we set things up so that you can have your perfect outdoor living space when you go glamping. It's important to have the most functional and, of course, the most glamorous accessories necessary. As we look over here, one of the most important things you can do is get yourself a nice little shade tent, because sometimes the bugs get out. Like, for instance, they're out right now. The shade tent definitely helps manage the bugs, as do very handy citronella candles. They help to keep the bugs away, because Lord knows there's nothing less glamorous than having bug bites all over your entire body. As we move back a little bit this way, we'll see our lovely red chairs. We use these for when we go to the beach too. These are super comfy. They've got built-in drink holders. They're just awesome. They go inside the shade tent. You'll see that later on. And on the floor of the shade tent, because we don't want to get dirty after all, we have a nice little green mat that we set up. I like to set this up actually before I start setting up the tent. So this is inevitably going to get dirt on it, so because it's going on the ground. So I throw this down first, and then I put the tent on top of it so that while I'm setting up the tent, I don't get a bunch of dirt on the tent. This right here, this is something we got recently. Now, a couple of things we discovered about our shade tent. The covering at the top is very narrow. So if we get caught in a rainstorm and we go to our shade tent to sort of hide out, we get wet, like really wet. We got drenched one time to the bone because we were trying to take cover and refuge in our shade tent. Also, sometimes it doesn't protect from the shade because that very narrow little square on top sometimes just isn't enough to protect you when the sun's kind of coming at you sideways. And the Florida sun coming at you sideways is not the most pleasant thing. So what we got was this sort of little tarp thing, and I'm going to experiment with it, and I'm going to see that if we can put it, sort of drape it around the sides of the shade tent, that it will create A, more protection from rain, and B, more shade for us. Here we've got, this is our nice big mat. This goes sort of like as our front porch sort of area right there. Keeps, you know, keeps dirt from getting spread out too much, you know. It's very nice for that. It's also got a nice pattern to it, so it provides a very attractive. I cannot focus right now because these bugs are killing me, you guys. Oh my god. Let me try this again. Ladies and gentlemen, we took a break from filming this video to apply bug spray because, did you see that? You probably couldn't. A bug just flew right by me and finally avoided me. And moving on with our beautiful little tour of how we set things up. Right over here, you'll see our patio rug. This goes right outside our front door. It's got a nice design on it, very attractive, sort of blends with the black, white, and red. It's got like blacks and grays. Looks super cool. Over here, this is our little game table / eating table. We put it inside the tent. You know, it basically just, it holds our drinks, it holds our games. We want to play some Yahtzee or we want to play some cards. And of course, right over here, this is our tablecloth. This is very important that I show you what our tablecloth is, because Jason found this brilliant tablecloth in the dollar store, and it's...
Now, shout out to Dollar Tree, where everything is $1.
Where it really is $1. And look at that. Seriously.
Flamingos.
Pink flamingos. How adorable is this? We try to get a couple of good uses, you know, 2 or 3 out of a essentially disposable tablecloth. Hopefully these will remain with us for a long time because I really love them. They're so wonderful. So we also have these lovely little clips. These help to secure the tablecloth to the table. Just plop them on like that. Boom. And they're really handy. Jason found these online, so look for them. Well, you know,
Amazon.
Amazon rocks. So now that we've shown you all the components, I think that we should start this setup. Let's get to it. Hey guys, woo! Here we are, and I want to show you how we set up our setup. Right here, of course, is our most important campsite sign. Here we got a picture of Ziggy, me and Jason, and of course we have our pink flamingos flanking either side.
Woohoo!
So that way people know exactly what they're in for when they walk past our campsite.
Which is always for fun.
Exactly.
And entertainment.
After all, we are the glamping guys.
And good conversation.
True.
And the damn bugs are starting to come out again.
So now, let's show you how we set things up. As we move over here to the other side of the camper, you will see, voila, here are all those elements. We've got our lovely little front porch mat, which helps to keep everything nice and tidy. So that way we can wipe off our feet here, and keep wiping off our feet till there's absolutely no dirt in that camper.
Exactly.
That's a small space.
That's my OCD kicking in.
Well, also, it's such a small space, there's so little floor space. I mean, a little tiny bit of dirt feels like a lot of dirt. Over here, we have our pop-up camper. It said this was a 60-second setup, and it takes about 85. So that's failure in marketing, just saying. I'll just say it one more time. Also, guys, most important part of any campsite setup, have a cocktail in your hand. Otherwise, it's not nearly as much fun. Let me put this down real quick, and I'm gonna show you.
We love our cocktails.
Certainly do. Here is our shade tent. It's good for protecting us from bugs, and of course, it's good for shade. It's also hopefully good for rain protection now that we have secured it with this lovely tarp. Check it out. We put more of it on the back side because that's the west over there, so we're thinking that that's when the sun's gonna be coming in kind of hard. As you'll see, it goes all the way around. We secured it with some bungee cables, and we're hoping that that's gonna help to reinforce this little shade tent to make it a super shade tent. A super shade tent, a super rain protection tent, and of course, a super bug protection tent. Because I am reinforced with bug spray right now, but Lord only knows when I'm gonna sweat that stuff off. Let's head inside. Step inside our Sultan tent. Inside here, you see we've got a nice little table here. This is great for playing games, for eating, or just putting your drinks on. Speaking of which, you can also stick your drink right here on these handy little cup holders inside these very cushy and comfy chairs. We absolutely love them. So now that we've got everything set up inside of our shade tent, we are perfectly set up for a beautiful view and beautiful times. Let's walk over this way. This is the coolest tablecloth. It's made of plastic. It has pink flamingos on it. How can life be better than this right here?
Uh-oh.
These work very well. I'm just saying, they work extraordinarily well, except for just then, as far as securing our beautiful tablecloth. Hey,
yeah, they do.
We've not had one single tablecloth malfunction since we've been glamping. They have stayed on those tables perfectly. We have our citronella candle out here because we don't need it in there because we get pretty good bug protection. Out here, however, we need all the help we can get. And of course, the perfect place to put your cocktail is on your picnic table. So once again, guys, I hope you enjoyed this little video about how to set up, how to make things look glamorous, glampy, and fabulous, how to get the most functionality out of some already really functional elements. So, at the end of the day, hope you enjoyed. Have a fabulous day. Stay tuned.
Leave a comment to say hi. If you like us, please subscribe. And if you don't, our little fluffy dog will attack you.